everybody. Welcome to February's Brain Dance. And before we do anything, I have a really important announcement for you. Check out these super cute earrings. Can you see them? They're little llamas with flowers, and they're in my brain colors. Roxbox is the best, you guys. So, now that that important announcement is over, let's get down to this month's brain dance. So this month's theme is all about body love and body positivity. If you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram, which I hope you are, if you're not, we should totally be friends, you will see that I'm doing a whole thing this month around body positivity and empowerment in the dance classroom and beyond. And I would love to share more about that with you. If you're interested, I'm offering a free course on Facebook Live, and then I'm also offering a bigger, more expanded paid version, which is chock full of really excellent resources for you to use with your students. So I'll drop all the information for that down below in the comments. But I wanted to bring this theme to our brain dance this month as well, because it's February, it's Valentine's Day, but I'm a firm believer that before you can do anything else for others, you have to do something for yourself. And I also think it's really important to start teaching that young. It's never too young to start teaching that. So all of these things have been rattling around in my brain this month, and I decided to work that theme into this month's brain dance. So this month you're going to see a lot of reinforcing comments, some affirmations we can use with our students, and just generally being more aware of how awesome our body is and all the really great things that it does for us when we're moving and dancing. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you later. Bye. All right, first up is breath. So as you might imagine for Valentine's Day, breath means kisses. So we're going to be blowing some different kinds of kisses. So first I want you to ask your students to think of some different body parts, and we're going to blow kisses to those body parts. So somebody might say head, so you might go mwah, and tap your head. They might say knees, and you would go and tap your knees. And then the more that you do this, you can start to get creative with it. So maybe you blow really quiet kisses. So you're going to take a big breath in and blow it really quietly. Now for the opposite of that, maybe you want to blow a really loud, wet, sloppy kiss. Or maybe you want to do 3 or 4 of them in a row like I did. So you'll get into it as you start chatting with your students, and I'm sure they will give you ideas. But for this month, breath is going to be all about blowing. Now for tactile, we're going to thank our bodies for doing so much for us. So again, you can have students choose the body part, and as you tap it or tickle it or squeeze it, give it a little hug, you're also going to recognize it for all the awesome things that it does. So you might say legs, and we're going to hug our legs for doing so much, for running for us, for kicking, for jumping. So let's squeeze our legs up and down. We're going to say, thank you, legs, for doing so much for me. And then maybe you're going to tickle your elbows and say, thank you, elbows, for stretching and making me able to swing and reach and punch. And then we might tap our heads, and we might say, thank you, brain, for holding all of my awesome big thoughts. Now we've got core distal. So you're going to start this one with a conversation with your students about how it feels when somebody says something kind to you, or how you feel when you say something kind to somebody else. So you might make the analogy that your heart grows bigger from the inside out when you do something or say something kind for somebody else. And then we're going to put that into our body. So you might start with just the chest and see how it grows and gets bigger. And then we do that with our whole bodies. So you would start curled up, grow small, and then grow real big, and then back to real small. And depending on the age of your students, you can do this lying down, standing up, on one side, on the floor. But again, centrally, you're going to be moving from core distally out. So we're looking for that small to big to small. All right, now all your little artists are gonna love this one for head and tail because you're going to be drawing different things with your nose and your tail. So you can get some ideas going with your students since we're talking about body positivity and love and it's Valentine's Day. Maybe we do a heart first. So we're just gonna draw with our nose. We don't have any other body part to help us, just our nose. To draw some hearts. Or maybe you make an X and an O. So attach a crayon or a marker to your nose and get them to just move their heads. And then you're going to do the same thing with your tail. This is very giggle worthy, very giggle inducing, but same idea. So you're going to get on your tail, attach a paintbrush to your tail, and try drawing some different shapes. A heart, maybe a flower. That one's kind of tricky. But you get the idea of it. So you're moving your head and your tail. For upper and lower, your kids are gonna love this one because they're gonna get a chance to show off all their muscles. So you're moving upper and lower parts of your body by identifying what parts of your body are really strong. So maybe you're really strong with your arms and you can do punches. Or maybe you can lift weights by using your arms, some pretend ones, or maybe you even get onto all fours and practice some push-ups. Now with your legs, you're gonna wanna stand up and maybe have your kids show you some squats or some big kicks about how strong their upper and their lower parts can be. All right, now for body side, we're gonna get a little silly again, and we're gonna introduce parts of our body to each other that maybe don't often meet each other. And you're gonna introduce them and say thank you for doing all the things that you do. So for example, maybe your elbow doesn't often get to meet your knee. So you're gonna reach them down and kiss them, say hello and goodbye. Maybe your ear doesn't often get to reach your thigh or your shin bone. So you're gonna reach them down, body side, hello. Thank you, ears, for being such good listeners. Or thank you, knees, for doing such good bending. We have our bendy joints that you can talk about as well, and then our straight, strong joints. So you can talk about as well if you've got older dancers, contrasting the strong bones that we have in our body to the more soft muscles and joints that we have by introducing them with your body side actions to each other. Now it's time for cross-lateral, and we've done lots of kissing in this brain dance, so it's time to interject it with some hugs. So remember, for cross-lateral, you're crossing the midline of the body, and what better way to do this with X's, as in X's and O's, or to give yourself a big hug. So you can do this with numbers. You can ask your students to give you a number and give yourself that many hugs. So maybe 6 hugs with your arms, and then maybe you do 6 hugs with your legs, crossing your legs over to give them a hug. And you can also do this with different body parts, so maybe shoulder to elbow hugs. You could do this walking around the room as well. It can make a really fun, just kind of warm up, get going exercise by asking your students to move around the room and find different ways to cross their midline and give different parts of their body a hug. All right, dancers, so finally we've got vestibular. So we're going to be activating the vestibular system, which is the system that is responsible for balance and integration for all of the different parts and pieces that we've been working with. So for this one, you may have seen the other videos I've done where you're spinning around and spelling out S-P-I-N or T-U-R-N to the tune of ABC. So we're going to take a page from that exercise and we're going to spell out L-O-V-E while we turn. And you can do this around the room or in one spot as well. So you just go around and sing L-O-V-E, I love me. You can go the other way. You might even add some hops Love-E, I love me. So the point is to get the vestibular system activated by turning, crawling, spinning 1 foot, 2 feet, or try and combine them all. All right, there's our February brain dance. I hope it inspires you to bring some body positivity into the dance classroom, and I'll see you next time. Bye.